Hello, it's Jeanette with Amazing Papercrafts. Thank you for joining me in my craft closet today. The project that I'm going to share with you in this video is how I make my dimensional flowers. Okay, you see these little dimensional flowers. Now I put them on a lot of things like boxes, like right here. See, I set them on little boxes and other things too, but they're, you know, they're not just pretty, but sometimes they're useful too, because you could hide the seam of a belly band with the flowers. So I just love adding dimensional things to my projects. But today, let me just show you something else. See, I put it on my purse here. Okay. And I also love adding them to cards. Here's a cluster of these flowers. Now, I posted this on one of my groups on Facebook, and someone asked if I had used a leaf punch to do this. And no, I actually used the Petite Petals. So now, in conjunction with the Petite Petal stamp set, you can really make some really cute flowers. And all you need to do is just punch out 4 of them. And what I did with some of these flowers, like the one here, is I actually embossed it in some white embossing powder with some glitter that was inside of it. So it kind of really made it pop. Okay, so let's get started. If you want to do the embossing, then you know that's great, because it really adds a lot of depth, more depth to your flower. But these flowers have sort of like a little spiral leafing going on. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. All right. And here's what I've done. So if you're going to emboss, all you have to do is just take your Embossing Buddy, of course, and roll it over your paper. And then you're going to, with VersaMark ink, you would do it 4 times, because you need 4 flowers, okay? And then, of course, you'd put your embossing powder on. And this time I used some silver embossing powder. And I see my silver flowers. And all I have to do then is just to take my punch and punch them out. Let's see if I can line this one up good. Okay. Of course, then I would punch out all 4 of them. Well, once you get this punched out, take your bone folder and just make a slight little curl on the ends. Okay. Now you're going to do that with all 4 of your petals, your flowers. And then take your paper snips, and you're going to cut out each one of these petals by cutting up the middle. Sorry, butterfingers today. Up the middle, and just cut off all the petals, just like that. So doing that, and doing it with all 4 of them, you're going to have 20 petals. But what you're also going to need is 2 half-inch circles. So I'm punching out 2 half-inch circles. 1, 2. And this is what you're going to be using to glue your petals on. Now I already cut out all my other petals here. So I have 20 little petals, and I'm not going to make you watch how I do them all, but let's just see how it goes. Okay, anyway, so I'm using some crystal effects, and I'm going to put it right in the center of my craft mat. I love the craft mat because when your glue dries, you can just brush it right off. So I'm using a little bit of crystal effects. And for the first layer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tweezers, if I could find them. Okay, here's my tweezers. And I'm going to take just a tip of the flower, just that little tip right there, and I'm going to place it on one of my circles, and I'm going to go around, and the first layer is going to have 8. So hopefully I'm going to be turning this. You can turn your craft mat. Don't try to twist and turn yourself, because that's not going to be any fun. So like I said, we're going to do 8 petals on here. So I'm starting out with 4. Okay. And then I'm going to put 4 in between these petals. Kind of overlapping. Hoping you can see that. kind of get it in underneath that one. Okay, so now we have 6 of them on there. And while the glue is still wet, you can manipulate. Okay, there you go. So now you have 8 petals, and they kind of look like they're going in a little spiral. Can you see that? Let me see if I can go get a little bit closer. Oh, I think that's blurring a little too much. Okay. Well, let me move out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so that's the first layer. Sorry about that. Now the second layer, you're going to be putting the rest of the 12 petals on. And start it the same way, do 4, but now put them a little bit further from the middle. In other words, just right on the edge. Okay. And I'm doing 4 like this. Now this paper I'm using is Pull Party. Now then you're going to put 2 of these in between each one like that to do your spiral. So it's not really that difficult. It doesn't really take too much time either. Just take your time and enjoy the ride. And you're going to love how these flowers look, especially when you've embossed them with something that shines so pretty. Now the reason I'm doing this in the silver, with the silver embossing powder, is I've got a particular box that I want to decorate, and I need a little bit of silvery shine to. You can still see that. Okay, one more petal. Okay, now we're done. Now you would wait till they dry, of course. I'm not going to because you know, I don't want this video to last forever. I'm just going to take a little bit more of this glue, stick it right here. Okay, and take this one and put it right up on top and try to put it right in the center and push it down. And then I'm going to take my piercing mat. This is why you're supposed to wait till it dries. Take your piercing mat, and you could even make it a little bit more dimensional by pushing it down like that. See? You see that? I know it's really shiny, and there's probably a lot of glare. All right, then I'm going to just take one of these candy dots in the Pull Party, and I'm going to place it right in the center. But before I do, I think I want to add just a little bit more glue to the back. And I'm just going to pick up the little bit of remainder of, you see, there's my little flower. Now I want to add it to my box here, like that. But I kind of want to put some leaves on there too. Not green leaves, but I thought I'd use the same Pull Party. So I've already done my leaves in Pull Party, and they're really just pieces of paper that I cut out of I actually punched a circle. Let me show you real quick how to do that. You take a 1-inch circle, however you want to punch it out, cut it out, you know, if you've got a die for it, and fold it in half. And all you have to do is just shape it into a leaf like that. See? Now you've got 2 leaves. Now if you want to put some dimension on it, then take a stylus, like one from your Simply Score, and just with your craft mat, just put some veins in it. Make it look a little bit more realistic. Okay? I don't know if you'll be able to see that, what I'm doing here, but I'm actually putting little veins in my leaves. I don't know if this lighting will let you see that. Okay, and then I'm going to just take a little bit of color, you know, like tone on tone, and I'm just going to just brush the edges. It kind of brings out that little embossing that I did with the stylus tool. Okay, so here now I have 4 leaves that I can add to my project, to my little leaf project, and all I do is just take it, dip it and put it right here. Okay, can you see that? There's one leaf, there's two leaves. Position them any way you want to. Not difficult at all. And I've used up all my glue. And I'm going to take a dimensional glue, adhesive. I'm going to put this in the back. Let's see, how's that going to work like that? And now I have it to add to my project. See that? To hide that little seam. What do you think? Well, I hope I've taught you at least one way to make some dimensional flowers using your Petite Petals punch. This is a great punch, and the Petite Petals. Now, you can pretty much use any of these designs. The design I used is this one here. But I've made this purse here, if you can see that, using this design right here. I thought that was really cute, the way it came out. And I also embossed it in the black. Doesn't that look really cute? So anyway, hope you try it. Once again, I am Jeanette with G Amazing Papercrafts. You make it a great day. Bye-bye.